How's it going, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Bangalore. So as I was doing research on forums and Reddit, I noticed that most people think she's the best character in the game overall. And to be honest, I agree. Bangalore's kit offers so much utility that it's honestly very hard to argue against. Okay guys, so first we're going to start off with her passive ability, which is double time. Well, double time grants Bangalore the ability to move faster when being shot at. This passive is one of the best in the game for sure, due to the fact that it comes in handy so often throughout matches. It is also very lenient with how it works. There are times where my teammates are being shot a good distance away, and I still get the speed boost even though the bullets aren't too close to me. This means that throughout most of your gunfights, you're going to be speeding all over the place, and you have to take advantage of that. You have to make sure you use the speed you gain from enemy fire to move into advantageous positions or charge at them and close the gap. There is no cooldown on this ability, so you'll have access to it whenever the situation arises. One good tip to keep in mind when using Bangalore is to master your slides. Sliding increases the character's movement speed by a good amount, and in a game like Apex, movement is key. This is especially true with Bangalore since the movement buff you get will make the slides even faster and make you an extremely hard target to hit. There are times in Apex where you have to run across open fields while being shot at to get to the circle, and this is where Bangalore thrives. Bobbing and weaving will make you a hard target to hit and also give you access to double time, which you can then use to get to your destination. You should also keep this in mind when you're fighting against another Bangalore. If you're taking shots at her and not hitting them, then you're just giving her a free movement buff that she can then use against you. There is one advanced tactic that I began to learn the more I played Bangalore, and that is farming double time. There were times where my teammates were getting shot at, and I got close enough to them for the ability to activate. I then used that ability to speed up my flank and help my team out. While the ability doesn't last for too long after you get out of the gunfire's range, it still helps overall. Okay, now we're going to get into Bangalore's tactical ability, which is Smoke Launcher. And this has a lot of utility. So you can hold 2 smoke grenades at a time, which means you can pretty much create a wall that most enemies can't see through. One tip that every Bangalore must know is how to use this tactic to escape. When you're being shot at or followed by a team, you can shoot this straight at your feet in order to give yourself the cover necessary to get out of sight. You can then heal, disengage, or find a better spot to attack. Here's an example of this. I was on the roof of Market while being chased down by a group of 3. I smoked my feet and was able to relocate, heal, and eventually win the team fight.
You'll be alright. I gotcha.
Oh shit, I got hit.
Watch, behind.
He's resing.
I can't think about it.
I think you can come with resin.
Whoa. Brother.
They're gonna jump down on you now. Right there. She should be low. The other one's up here. The other one just jumped down behind you. Oh, you're a god. I'm right here, right next to you.
Now, as good as this tactic is, keep in mind that there are some scopes in the game that let you see through smoke. If one of the enemy squad members has one, then you're most likely still going to get shot at. The downside to this, however, is that he would have to stay scoped in order to continue seeing you, so his mobility would be limited. You then have to use your double time to find cover quickly before the smoke disappears, giving vision to the rest of his team members. This ability also comes in handy late game. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you have to run across open fields while being shot at to make it to the ring. Bangalore smoke can make this a lot safer if placed correctly. You could create a wall of smoke that could let you cross without the enemies knowing exactly where you're at. Make sure, however, that you spread the smokes a good amount to get the maximum coverage and not have your smokes overlap. The enemy team will most likely still shoot through the smoke, but all the bullets missing will just activate your double time, which will help you cross no man's land even faster. Now, another advanced tactic to use smoke launchers with is splitting team fights. There are times where you're going to get sandwiched between 2 teams and there's really not much you can do about it. The smoke launcher can actually help with that. You could smoke lines of sight to one team while charging at the other team. Here I'm going to show you an example of that where we're being sandwiched by 2 teams. We decided to smoke out one team while we rushed the other one, and luckily we were able to get by.
Tree, close to tree.
To the left, to our left.
Yeah,
let's put it
dip.
Smoke him out. Push him. Tito, let's put this over here.
Up there, right?
Yeah. You have to make sure to commit, however, and take the team down as fast as possible since the smoke won't be up for too long. You also have to keep in mind that pushing through smoke isn't safe whatsoever, but some teams might still do it anyway. They might catch on to what you're doing and push through your smoke in order to come up behind you and the team you're facing, so make sure you keep an eye on that just in case it happens. Okay guys, the last tip I want to give you guys for smokes is that you can actually revive your teammate in the smoke if you're fighting an enemy team that's medium to long range. As long as there's no one directly close to you, you can pretty much get the revive off without any risk. Now let's get into her ultimate. Now her ultimate has a couple of ways that it could be used. First, let's get into the defense strats. When the bombs drop, they usually take a good while before they actually blow up, which gives the enemies a lot of time to get out of its range. The strength of this ult, however, is that it covers a massive portion of the area, which means it can be used as a keep out tool. A good tactic to keep in mind is that sometimes you can use this to block an enemy's team path into the ring. If they don't want to get hurt by the ring, they're going to have to run through your ult, which is never a good time. This also gives you a chance to throw bullets down range while they're trying to get out of the mayhem. Okay, now let's move on to offensive strats. One big tip I can give you is to try not to use your ult on a healthy enemy team, since it really isn't that hard to escape. The best way I learned to use this ult is to throw it on an enemy player that I downed, that way the chances of him getting picked up drop significantly. His teammates are going to have to make the choice of leaving him behind to get killed by your bombs, or risking getting killed themselves while reviving their teammate. This also gives you time, however, to take shots at them no matter what choice they decide to make. Okay guys, now to end the video, we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys a tip on how to survive your character's ult. So when you're facing against the Bangalore, she throws a lot of bombs on a massive area, as you can tell. Now sadly, I do not have footage of this, but there is actually a sweet spot in between her bombs where you can stand and take little to no damage. Now, it's kind of inconsistent at times, but it can be done and should be used as the last case scenario just in case you can't get out of her ult in time. Okay guys, and that's my Bangalore guide. I hope you all enjoyed it and I hope you all got something out of it. Now be sure to hit that like button and make sure to sub if you haven't already so you won't miss any of my future guides and future Apex Legends videos. Next should be Gibraltar, which should be up in a few days. I like to play my characters to make sure that I get, all the strats down, find out what works and what doesn't work so I can give you guys the best tips possible. And yeah guys, that's about it. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all are still enjoying the game, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace guys.
Oh, you got me, bro.
I've been downed.
Hold tight. I got your back.
Throw your shield. Second you throw your shot. Super. Nice, Tito. Good shit, dude. Nice job, Tito. Good job, guys.
You are the Apex champions.
Was that guy down also? Our homie?
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh my god.